macho man. I'm glad he took me down with
7:53 here, Big 550 KTRS. He is my friend, and he is my weight loss coach, and I love him and I hate him all at the same time.
Sounds like most people's opinions of me.
Charles D'Angelo. Let's get his first off. The website is
CharlesD'Angelo.com.
And the phone number?
314-495-3228.
This is not a paid endorsement, is that correct?
It's not a paid endorsement.
We, of all, and I've never done a commercial for take 3 tablespoons before you go to bed, take this pill.
Take a shot.
Rub this on your belly and it goes away. Drop this pill. Why? Because there's only 2 ways to lose weight. Exercise right and to eat right. And Charles D'Angelo helps me with that. And Charles, thanks for coming to the show.
Well, it's my pleasure. And the one thing people need to understand is I wasn't always this way. So when you hear me talk and you see me, Kelly was joking about the Captain America shirt that I have on today, that I would have never worn something like this over a decade ago.
Right.
I was 360 pounds. So the things that come easy to me now were things that were once extraordinarily difficult. I had no confidence. I didn't want to approach other people. I would wear layers of clothes to keep myself hidden and obscured. So I was a guy that I was afraid as a teenager to go to sleep at night because I was afraid I wouldn't wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
My heart would be racing in bed. I would be perspiring. So I've been there. I've been the king of excuses, and I think that's one of the components that's helped me help other people so efficiently and effectively is I get it.
Your program, a lot of people ask me tons of questions about your program, and it's accountability. And I love these weight loss things. We don't make you step on a scale. We're not going to hold you accountable. Just give us $700 and we'll let you lose weight.
Yes.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, here's the thing.
Somebody needs to be held accountable.
Well, people need to get honest. I tell people there's 3 things that they need to be willing to do if they want to truly transform their reality as I have. Number 1, they have to have very compelling goals. If you don't have things that you're charting toward and you have compelling reasons behind them, it's very difficult to get anywhere.
Right.
A lot of people walk through life and they have no idea of the direction they're headed. So when a person comes to sit down with me, we ask the question, what path am I on and where is it leading to me? Because many people keep themselves from taking active action on anything. They say that, well, I'm not as bad as I used to be, or yeah, I'm not doing too good, but I'll do better tomorrow. So they stay totally stagnant and inactive. When I say, look, you have to look at life as a movie. The next year is going to come, 2 years is going to come, and you're going to be somewhere. Considering what's happened, where do you think you're going to be a year or 2 from now if you haven't changed? Step 2 is you have to, as you said, have a very healthy food and exercise program. That's integral. If you don't have a strategic way of eating that's a sustainable, consistent pattern that you're comfortable with, you could lose weight in the short term doing one of the things that you mentioned, perhaps. I'm not even sure you could, but there's lots of people that claim taking this pill, taking this shot, you'll lose weight. The question I have is, how many people that have done those things actually sustain the changes?
That's the thing.
Right? Because if this is something that you have to depend on that's outside of you, how are you ever going to maintain it? And thirdly, you got to have follow through. You've got to make sure that you're staying accountable, you're staying honest with yourself, and you recognize that if you want your life to change, you are going to have to change. A lot of people, I just had a woman come to me yesterday, and she left the office very upset because I said to her, she said, I want to know what you're going to do for me. And I looked her straight in her eyes. I said, absolutely freaking nothing. I didn't use freaking. I used a much more
use on the radio is much
word,
better here. Yeah.
Okay? And I said, absolutely nothing. She said, what do you mean? What am I going to pay you for? I said, to help you recognize that if you want your life to be different, you're going to have to be different. Now, it's true, food is part of this, exercise is part of this, but if you don't change your philosophy and attitude, recognizing that the only thing keeping you from what you want are your choices. And listen, I'm not being attacking. I'm not saying that when you're sitting in your car listening to this, you should listen to me because I'm Mr. Superhero. I was the king of telling myself a story that kept me from changing.
Right.
And I'm telling you, if you'll change that story, change that narrative, everything will change for you.
It's amazing what people will do and the amount of money they will spend not
on hopeless endeavors.
Right, not to do the right thing.
Absolutely.
Which is exercise and eat right.
And they're afraid, too, because let's face it, it's a billion-dollar industry, the diet and fitness industry. Right. They capitalize off of people's desperation.
Right.
And also, I would say that obesity now is probably one of the most widely accepted addictive behaviors.
Yes.
Think about it. It's something that you can't hide. Heroin use, like you have ARCA as a sponsor, right?
Yeah.
A lot of white-collar folks, engage in those types of very destructive behaviors, but you would never know it from the surface. But when you walk through a Walmart or an airport or down the street, you can see people that have really difficult emotional issues, and they're using the substance of food to cope with it.
That's really interesting.
Does rock bottom work for when you people come into your office? Is it rock bottom for them, or
here's what I said. I'm kind of a Trojan horse. When people take charge of something they feel that is something totally outside of their control, I see a processional benefit in all other facets of their life. Their relationships get better overall. Their mood gets better. Their career starts to skyrocket because they are treating themselves with more respect. And I always tell people in life, you don't get what you need, you get what you are. So when you start to treat yourself right, everything starts to move in the right direction for you.
Website and phone number.
It's charlesdangelo.com, and the phone number is 314-495-3228. No matter what you've done before, if you're willing to change, everything can change for you.
You need to call him. If you want to lose weight, you need to call him. That's my weight loss coach. Charles, have a good week. Thanks.
You too.